23rd of June 2016, I walked into a pub. The vibe was one of a funeral. When I told them of my bliss, the vibe turned into one of me being the man who murdered their children's future. These are my friends. The same people who, when I ask what do they think of the House of Lords, they will say it is out of date. A bunch of mostly old rich dudes with potential stroke over our laws, not a necessity to a country trying to be progressive. When I speak to them about the EU, different but similar in the ways they can't, being that there are people who are unaccountable, but they have a European accent and allow us to go into Ibiza without a visa. Not only do they not mind this style of democracy, they label any criticism of it as being ignorance. Now, I do not know about you, but I've never seen Donald Tusk's name on a ballot paper. The reason why I ask is because these people deem themselves big players in a parliament they deem democratic. Do not worry, our MEPs could give us fair representation amongst the sea of 27 other countries, populations, needs, and wants. But because I disagree with you on democracy, I am the racist. Why? Because all the racists voted for Brexit? If I am guilty by association and a racist because I voted in the same direction as Nigel Farage, what does it say about the people who voted in the same direction as Tony Blair? Imagine if for almost 4 years I called all of you bloodthirsty warmongers who slaughtered children for oil money. Do you think that would be a fair representation on you based on one thing I know about you? Probably not. This man hated Brexit so much, he wanted a second referendum, something which if you give a second a thought, you can have a third and a fourth, so on and so forth, because if you will not honor mine, why would I honor yours? You wanted to take out organized from organized mob rule, ignore the majority, then say you know best when it comes to democracy. But don't worry, my opinion has been discredited via the fact I am xenophobic. I am the man who hates foreigners. The foreigner hates foreigners, apparently. Even though you voted for an institution that in terms of immigration gives preferential treatment to people from predominantly white European countries. Pot calling the kettle white supremacist. You see, what you call freedom of movement, everybody in the rest of the world can call European privilege. See, I don't think it's fair that my fellow South Africans with an ancestry different to mine, being that their forefathers mined the diamonds and the gold to go in your Queen's palace, have to apply and pay to get in here to take pictures of said palace. I don't think that's fair. I don't think the immigrants from India, which is a country this country molested, have got second-class access to this country. I don't think that's right. But what I did is wrong and unfair. Now, as you've already said, you are pro-European, I am pro-anybody. That's the difference between you and I. In fact, that's a cheap swipe because most of you are also probably pro-anybody who wants to come here, and that's a crack in communication. Politicians, surprise, surprise, took this from being opinion and framed it in such a way that you can be wrong or right, good versus evil. And this is what turned the British public on itself. So if you have ever called somebody who voted Leave or Remain by a nasty name, you bit the bait of divisive politics, hook, line, and stinker. Now your distrust of me is a byproduct of mainstream media pushing their narrative. So before I have to leave, because my poem's about to end, I'm going to ask you all, please, can we remain friends? Thank you very much.